Welcome to Personal Finance. I am your instructor, Megan Fisher. I am a business teacher at Brookfield Central during the school year, and during the summer I teach this online personal finance course. So if you've gotten to this video, you have received a Canvas notification in your email inviting you to join our class. Once you have joined our class, you will have landed on this page here and click that first button that says Watch Me First. So I'm just going to walk you through a couple things about Canvas and how to submit assignments and what exactly you're looking at here in terms of functionality. So once you've clicked the Watch Me First, you're watching this video right now, we're going to be looking at the Introduction module. So when you click on Modules over here on the side, that's your first option. That will give you all of the content in the order in which I want you to complete it. It is also in the same order that's on your syllabus. So as you can see, some of these things are gray and you can click on them, and others are grayed out, which means that you can't access them until you do the things previous. So the rest of the course is grayed out, making sure that you are completing things in the order in which you should be. So let's take a look at the syllabus first. Anytime that you have a document in a window like this, if you click on the little white lines on the top, it will open it in the full Google Docs mode. So here's my information and my email address. That's the best way to get in contact with me. Here is how your grade calculation will work. So your daily projects, there are 40 of those, are 85% of your final grade. Your final project is 15% of your final grade. The grades that are in Canvas are the ones that are going to be posted to your transcript. Because of the dates of the summer school course, we will not be using Infinite Campus. I will be moving the grade from Canvas to Infinite Campus at the end of the course. We will look at these two modules that we use, EverFi and Knowledge Matters, here in just a little bit. But I will be taking those scores straight from the program and entering them into Canvas. Since this is an online class, you do not have to be in attendance for any of it, but I do have optional office hours at Brookfield Central on the following Tuesdays during those times if you need a face-to-face meeting. Otherwise, you can send me an email and I will get back to you within 48 hours. Because for most of you this is your first online class, let's just take a second to talk about the deadline policy. Each week you have a variety of assignments to complete. You have a list, which we'll look at on the next page. And I will be updating grades on a regular basis. And at the end of that week, anything that wasn't submitted will be marked missing, and then I send an email to your parents letting them know that you have fallen behind. Any of that missing work can still be submitted for full credit, but it will be graded after that week's work for all the other students. All of your daily work must be submitted by July 17th to make sure that you have enough time to complete that final project. And all of your course materials are located on the Canvas site. So if you keep scrolling down, you'll see the recommended schedule, assignments in order for the different weeks of the term. You'll be asked to create an EverFi account and complete the survey and the overview. When you click on that assignment, it has a link to registration and your class code. So we'll click that link, go back and copy that class code, and click register down here on the bottom. Enter your code, click next, and then fill out the information. Again, use your school username and password in order to make sure that you remember it. Once you've registered, you should see this screen. It should say Online Summer, and you want to click on Get Started. At some point here, it's going to pop up this financial literacy survey. It might not be first, it might take a few minutes. Eventually, it is going to ask you to go through this whole thing. Once you've completed the survey, you should get to this overview module, which you'll have to go through. I recommend sound or headphones. in order to make sure that you are getting the most of the experience.
Money is an important part of our world.
You cannot fast forward.
Get it.
You can.
Save it, grow it, share it, and use it wisely can create
See, every time I try to fast forward, it takes me back to where I was before because you can't skip forward in the program.
With money in the bank, you can...
Once you've completed the module, it will take you to the home page where you can start to move around within the program. Once you've finished the survey and the overview, it will take you to the dashboard. I just want to point out a couple things to you before you get started. First, I am on a smaller computer right now, so you can see that not all of my screen is showing. If I scroll down, there's an arrow to move me over to the rest of the modules. You will notice that we're not doing these in the order in which Everfi does them. So to start, your first module is this higher education module. So you're going to have to scroll over to find it. The other way you can navigate through this is by using this on the side. You can create bookmarks, and you can navigate to the modules and see exactly where you are in terms of completing them. The score for each module is going to be off this last pretest, the final quiz. Everfi will give you a score out of 100. In the gradebook, it will be out of 10. So if you get a 90 out of 100, you will get a 9 out of 10. In the introduction module, we will be asking you to create a variety of accounts for some of the outside simulations we'll use. Let's take a look at Knowledge Matters. When you click on the assignment to create your account, it will give you a website to go to and our class code. I'm going to copy that class code so that I can just paste it when I get over there. I'm going to click Register Now. Put in my course key. There you see me, Online Personal Finance, Megan Fisher. Continue registration. Here's where you're going to put in your personal information. So you're going to put in your school email address, please, your full first and last name, and I would use my school password, and go ahead and click Register. Once you've completed that, I am going to sign in as a student here. Once I get signed in, I can see my course, and then it says Online Personal Finance. You want to click on that to open up the full functionality of the course. The first thing Knowledge Matters is going to ask you to do is walk through the simulation tutorial. So click View Tutorial. It'll kind of walk you through the functionality of the program. This is not a graded component, but I would highly suggest that you walk through it if you've never used Virtual Business before, as it will help you to be more successful in the rest of the assignments. For each lesson, there is a reading quiz, and a simulation. Your score is out of 20, 10 points for the reading quiz, and 10 points for the simulation. Once you click on the reading, you can see that it pops up a new window for you to go through. Then, it will open the reading quiz for you to answer. You have to answer the questions and attain a 70% in order to move on. Once you've completed the reading quiz, you can go ahead and click on Run Sim, which will open up a new window of the simulation. The best tip I can give you regarding Knowledge Matters in the simulations is to read this pane over here on the side very carefully. It will tell you exactly what to do and what buttons to click on, and ask you questions along the way. If you don't follow the directions, it's going to make it a lot harder for you to be successful. If you get to the middle of a simulation and you know that you've messed up and you'd like to start over, you can go File and click Restart Lesson, and it will wipe everything you've done and take you back to the beginning. Once you have finished and submitted the lesson, there are no retakes. The last part of the course introduction module is a video on Google sharing permissions. When you go ahead and click that, it's going to walk you through how I'd like you to share those documents with me, which involves changing the settings to anyone with the link can edit versus adding me in as a collaborator in the document. So please take a few minutes to watch this video, and it is there for you to go back to at any time if you are unsure. Let's take a look at how to complete and submit a Google Docs assignment. So we'll look at this first option, the Career Research Assignment. So I've given you a Google document that I want you to complete. When you go to that document, the very first thing you should do is to make a copy. So File, make a copy. Maybe you have a personal finance folder. I think that would probably be a great idea for organizing your documents. Select. And I'm going to click OK. So now I'm editing my personal copy versus the copy that is out there for everyone else to see. As you work your way through the document, it's going to give you websites to go out to, some information to fill in. As you can see here, as I'm deleting, somebody was editing that main document last year. So I'll go out there. I'll find that job that I want. I'll complete my assignment. And when I'm all done, I'm going to go to Share. I'm going to go to Advanced and change this from what probably says to you right now, it says private. You're going to change it to anyone with the link can edit. Click Save. Grab this shareable URL. Head back over to Canvas and click Submit Assignment. Down here, you're going to click Website URL and enter that. I do not want you to use this Google Drive tab if you have it enabled on Canvas, because what it does is it doesn't give me the ability to click and type in the document. It actually makes that Google document a PDF, and that's not what we want. So we want this website URL. And we'll click Submit Assignment. And then you can see over here, you got a check turned in. And then you have submitted your first assignment.